Before last night's neon obscenity, a fat ass 45 Klan rally on the South Lawn of the American White House, the 2020 Republican National Convention was close to cartoonish in its attempt to scare the country into voting for the fat ass 45, which I still wouldn't, no matter how much it tried to scare me. It began as a dark comedy with a cast of family members, supplicants, incompetents, political ne'er-do-wells, and loud worshippers of a guy who never really believed he'd win on that long night in November 2016, but now the fat ass thinks he belongs on Mount Rushmore, which he doesn't. As each day melted into the next, though, there were no laugh lines, only the specter of a dark hand with a gun and a knock on your door, the mob empowered by Democrats come to take your life, your dreams. By the time that Donald emerged from the White House, think about it, the White House to deliver his convention speech on Thursday night, you could feel the nuts and bolts holding together this nearly 245-year-old republic loosening with each assault on a form of government that has stood through civil war, depressions, injustice, and the stain of racism. Now here he was, an accidental fake who stumbled into the job and is scrambling to hold on to it despite the disasters on his watch. He's not really an expert on anything, really, but is a dumbass in recognizing that the disease and resentment and bitterness in people who feel left behind and left out. The fat ass 45 is the social arsonist who sets the fire and is warmed watching that grow. Making fear contagious is his specialty. He does not dwell on the virus that attacked America while he denied it. The racial disparities, he barely acknowledges the millions of the unemployed who have lost jobs, hope, and a piece of dignity. It is what it is. This Republican week was about race. It was about denial. It was about ignorance. All of it piled onto the embers of fear that the fat ass 45, his acolytes, his enablers in the Senate and House watched, witnessed, and stood by in silence as those sparkles turned into a bonfire. Much of what occurred was ugly, obscene, and speeding on our history. Using the White House as a promotional prop, the smug Secretary of State violated his office as he spoke from Jerusalem with the charm of something you could get in aisle 5 of any Home Depot. Two members of the Marine Corps, splendid in their summer blue-white uniforms, turned into door openers for an ego so outsized that the fat ass 45 barely fit through the door they held open for him. Whoever he touches, ends up dead. The weak speeches and appearances were so much more of the sad and dangerous insanity that has imprisoned the Republican Party. It is now handcuffed in history to its leader, the fat ass 45, who has already badly damaged democracy, leaving huge parts of our once functioning government in a debris field created and caused by the intentional crash landing of common sense, competence, morality, and accountability. Only he could have pulled that off. And then there was fat ass 45 himself, standing at a podium Thursday night alongside a gathering of American flags and in front of about 1,500 people, most of them not, and all of them not wearing masks, who were there as part of a potential COVID super spreader event. In a smaller scale of the disastrous Arizona rally that Herman Cain attended, Fat Ass 45 got right to the point. The big point of his re-election campaign: let's make America hate again. Your vote will decide whether we protect the law-abiding Americans, or whether we give free rein to violent anarchists, agitators, and criminals who threaten our citizenship, he declared. And this election will decide whether we will defend the American way of life or whether we allow a radical movement to completely dismantle and destroy it. It was easy to shut your eyes through the dust and fog of all the years and hear Nixon tracking back and forth across the fall of 1968 about how the other is coming for your way of life. People who do not like you are the principal threat to you and your family. Last week, Michelle Obama addressed the Democratic Convention and said, if you think things cannot possibly get worse, trust me, they can and they will. Last night and all through this week, you could watch and listen to the truth of her words. It was language built around demonization, defining anger in almost clear racial terms, denying and talking around nearly 180,000 virus deaths that fat S45 cannot combat, but only passing references to the millions of unemployed. As the fat S45 spoke in Midnight Approach, you have a right to be scared about what's going to happen next. Now, if you like the video, give the video a like and subscribe to my channel, Ryan Van Mike, and also hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified when a new video comes out. And thanks for listening.